Back for another edition of Coach Yak's Film Room. I'm your host, Joe Brand, as we get a chance to sit down with the head coach of the UIC Flames, Luke Yaklich. And Coach, 1-1 weekend split against Youngstown State. The first game, a very exciting win, not the way you wanted to end the weekend, but what's the biggest takeaway from this past weekend?
Oh, I think there's several big ones, Joe. I think the main thing is that our just you're in a battle right now for consistency at this time of year, and we're trying to get healthy and get everybody back in our rotation. So I think it was a big takeaway is that we were able to get some really solid, consistent minutes again, back-to-back weekends out of Maurice Commander. He played really a solid floor game, and then I think we're coming into our own at times on offense and defense, but it's just the biggest takeaway is there's just not enough consistency, Joe, across the board for us to really feel that that style of play that you want to be, where you want to be in late January, and then obviously into February. We're not there yet, and a lot of teams are a work in progress, and the key word is yet. So we're not there yet, and we took that approach with our guys in practice these last 2 days. Pointed out some things that have to get corrected, and there has to be an urgency from the coaching staff and from the players towards certain things. Because in order, Joe, I think the big thing that our guys learned is that you have to understand what loses before you can win. And turnovers and fouls are a recipe for losing. And we turned the ball over on Saturday night and we fouled too much. And you have to overcome a lot. And with that said, you're down down 7 with 7 minutes to go, and had every opportunity to really put some game pressure on Youngstown State, and we just couldn't do it. And it was an execution as well as just from mental and physical. So lots to take away. And it's kind of an all-encompassing look at the weekend there from our perspective.
Well, focusing in on the offense, that's where we're going to start with some of this film that we get from you. I'm learning this is a new offensive set that you're going into with your team. Why is your team able to go with this, as you're going to show us here?
Yeah, we just for our purposes, we think we've got different guys that can attack downhill and utilize ball screens and again at the same time keep the floor space. So with our offense here, we do a good job, like most teams utilizing ball screens here, Joe. And again, Mike Diggins does a good job attacking downhill. We've got just the floor spacing is key. We've been really trying to work on that the entire year and developing this. And again, Mike makes a great screen and roll pass here to Jacob, who opens up. And again, a lot of the spacing here and one of the key things in coaching, Joe, is shooting and spacing. And Maurice Commander had a good weekend shooting the ball. Jamie obviously garners a lot of attention. So just had good spacing on this play, and Mike made a really good play. And it's something we've been developing with Mike, is his ability to make plays off the dribble, whether it's in the middle against the zone or man or off a ball screen. But we think that he's growing in that regard. And then come and run it again. Now it's Rob in the ball screen, and teams that, again, go under the ball screen, we get the floor moving. The ball went from side to side here and created a little confusion with the ball screen here. And Mike does a great job at the start of the half there, finishing in the paint. So the key thing here, Joe, is again, it's about spacing, and it's about, we always talk about integrity of cutting. So how fast are you cutting even when you don't get the ball? And it's something I got from an NFL coach it was a long time ago, listening to when I was coaching high school football. I went to a football clinic, and he talked about just your receivers, are they running routes when they're not getting the ball? And he talked about the integrity of your route. How true to your route are you? And so that's kind of what we talk about with our guys, is the integrity of cutting. And again, work in progress, but do a good job here again, getting downhill. And now Jamie, again, just create a little confusion with the ball screen, and Jamie does a great job. And again, we talked about this last week, Joe, about room service passing. Just look at, got Mike involved in the action in all three of these plays. He's made 2 assists, one for a 3, one for a screen and roll, and then made a layup for himself. And in this regard, it's just, when Jamie catches the ball like this, it's good stuff. Great arc on a shot. Coach Derman over there, he knows it's going in right before that shots up, as well as Dion here in the background. So again, spacing, and usually on offense, you want the ball to go side, top side, and create some level of confusion at the point of attack. And we did a good job in that particular set with that. Ready to go to defense now, Joe?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. We, with our defense here, we open it up, and this is what we've talked to our players about, is sustaining this level of effort and intensity. And it's hard to do that, but championship teams do this. And it's the first possession from our game on Friday night, and it really set the tone for the game. We really guarded at a really high level at a lot of times throughout the game on Friday. And then on Saturday, we did not come out with this type of effort. And that's what I'm really upset with as a coach. You want to make sure that we're locked in, and thought we were there, and we got knocked on our heels on Saturday night because we didn't come out with this type of intensity here. But you see Maurice Commander, he does a great job of bothering the ball and blowing up the ball screen and getting through 2 of these screens. And the nice thing is, a lot of times, when teams are running their offense out, we do a great job here of stunting to a shooter. Jamie does. We call that a stunt. So Jamie has great awareness here. Mike takes the roll guy, and then we have great communication here. And TK does a great job with his feet. So he gets his feet square, just like we work on in practice with a stunt. And again, they're running offense way outside the 3-point line, which is key. So now, again, they start dribbling, and now Mike does a great job here of chesting up and showing his hands to the referee here, so that there's no foul on this back down. And again, a terrific, we talked about this also last week, Joe, a jump wall. So Mike goes straight up. And the thing that TK does a great job while he's leading our team in rebounding this year, and it really helps our fast break, is he's automatically going. TK doesn't waste any time. Rob boxes out here. Jamie understands his guy wasn't going, and now TK sneaks in here, because a lot of times, this is like there's hand-to-hand combat in there a lot, Joe, and the ball gets tipped around here. So you want to make sure that your guards are rebounding down, and TK does a great job of going back on that play to rebound down. Now, the second possession of the game, again, we pick up the ball in transition early, and Maurice just doesn't allow himself to be screened right here on the ball. Guards the ball, and TK's in a really good help position, and Mike is in there fronting the post. Now, as the ball gets reversed here, okay, Rob does a good job understanding who he's guarding. 32 wasn't like a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, but Rob does a great job here, again, of walling up. And now Mike is pushing his guy underneath the basket. Really, really hard to get rebounds under there. And now our Jamie does a great job of rebounding down with 2 hands. So those were 2 defensive possessions to start the half. And we saw some of the offense, Joe, about what we're doing. And again, the best teams at this time of year, they do the simple things with methodical execution. You cannot get bored with the basics this time of year, Joe, and feel like at times, as a coach, you have to keep everything really, really simple and be great at simple. And some of the message for our guys with these particular clips that we showed them is that just be great at what you're good at. And if you're great at what you're good at every single night, then the skill set and the stuff continues to advance. And then it's that stuff that provides the super glue to teams, that binds them together. And our defensive execution, offensive execution, those type of things, the grit that you have to have in the execution in key areas of the game is what binds teams together down the stretch. So we're still searching for it. We're happy, Joe, this time of year to be getting our guys back healthy. And I think we're a week away from that. And so we're excited about that and having a full bevy of guys at practice. So a lot in those clips, but hopefully, Joe, that helps kind of explain like little bit about our guys and our team, and a little bit about the game and our approach to towards last week.
It doesn't surprise me that you have history as a football coach. What do you miss about being a football coach?
Oh, Joe, I tell you, I played football in high school and had a great experience. And then when I was my first year out of coaching, I had a chance to go back to my first year out of college. I went back to coach at LaSalle Peru High School, and I got to coach with my guys that had coached me. So it was really fun. I was a sophomore DB coach, and then I did that for a year, but then got the head girls job. And then I got out of the head coach. Then I went to Sterling High School, and I was a defensive coordinator there, co-defensive coordinator for a year under Greg King at Sterling High School. And it was a lot of fun. I miss Friday nights, high school basketball, football on Friday nights in Illinois, but everywhere, but Illinois in particular. It is fun stuff. And it's everything about, high school athletics and the camaraderie, obviously, that you have with the coaches, and then just the whole process of preparing for games. I love practice, and it just got to be when I got to be a varsity basketball coach, and then had 2 young kids, it was just too much to make sure that I was being good at what I need to be good at. And so that was it was fun though. It was a lot of fun.
Well, we definitely enjoy your new camaraderie with your UIC coaching staff. Coach, best of luck to you and the Flames this weekend against Northern Kentucky.
And thanks. And Joe, I have to tell you, happy birthday today. I mean, how many years young are you?
Oh, man, I thought I was going to get away with it. I thought this was the one thing I was going to do without acknowledging it.
We did our scouting report, Joe. We did our scouting report.
I'm unfortunately joining the 30 club today.
Out of way. That's it, Joe. So what's your take? So let me flip this around. So what's the takeaway from your last decade, huh? What are you taking from the 20s to the 30s, Joe, into the 30 to the 40s?
Oh boy, don't expect anything. That's pretty much it, especially this most recent year. Yep. And I guess don't take anything for granted. I'm super stoked to be doing this with you on a weekly basis, to be at Credit Union One Arena. And, a few months ago, I did not think it was going to be a possibility, but here we are. So yeah, definitely not taking anything for granted the next 10 years, hopefully more too.
Amen to that. Well, Joe, happy birthday. We appreciate all that you do for UIC and our coverage for our players. So it's great. And happy birthday. Hope you enjoy your day.
Thanks a lot, Coach. It's my pleasure. That's another edition of Coach Yak's Film Room here on UICFlames.com.